Well, my friends, here we are. This is the end of the November madness. And if you're just seeing this, November was the month that I committed to launching a tutorial video on how to create your own YouTube channel every weekday. And on Sundays, we had a live session to kick off the week. And so for the month of November, you got a class every day on how to create your own YouTube channel. Now, the truth is that this was a personal goal for me. This is a growth point for me. I wanted to prove to myself that I could create a month-long course and do a class a day. Once you do long-form video, you will realize why this is such an accomplishment for a YouTuber. And I can't say it necessarily all went smoothly. A couple of the days I was seen well into the 12 o'clock hour, finishing up the edits, compiling the video, and loading it up to YouTube to get there in time for my 1 p.m. release time. And yes, I released at 1 p.m. every day. There's no way to slip that. See, that was what was important. I set myself a deadline, which was 1 p.m. every day. That's when it had to be released. And it wasn't just a deadline for me. I made every episode a premiere, which means that during the first episode, the first showing, there's a live chat that goes along with it. And so what that means is that there were my viewers, my subscribers were there at 1 p.m. waiting for me in the chat. And so the video had to be there at 1 p.m. Not only that, you got to see Yvette, my wife, start her YouTube channel, Misty Mountain Fence, along with the class. And I got to tell you, this was a huge thing for her. Video is not her favorite thing. And she has been putting off doing this YouTube channel. She's known she's had to do it for, I don't know, probably years now, but she's always put it off. This is not her comfort zone, but she committed. She said, I'm going to do this, and she committed. She committed before she knew exactly how she was going to pull it off. For this class, for me to do this class, I committed, I'm going to do it. And that was like a week before it was supposed to happen. I could have very easily said, no, give me another month before I do it. That's what I need to prepare. And I could very easily keep pushing it down because nobody knew that this was going to happen. Nobody was there saying, hey, Bill, where's that class? I was the only one who knows. So the point is, I committed and figured out how to do it. Yvette committed and figured out how to do it. And I am suggesting to you that if you've wanted to create a YouTube channel, that simply you commit and say, I'm going to do it. And don't say, I'm going to do it next month. Say, I'm going to do it next weekend. See, when you set a deadline for doing it, then you figure out how to get it done for that deadline. If you figure out how to get it done, then you end up setting the deadline way in the future to the point where it may or may not happen. And actually, I'd like to hear from you in the comments below. Give me a commitment as to when you're going to launch your YouTube channel and make it within a week of you doing the commitment. You already have your smartphone. Everything else will fall into place. Your first video will not be perfect, and that's okay because who's going to see it? Very few people are going to run across it. But you have to get that first video out there before you can get to the second video, before you get to the third video. And if you keep with it, keep that commitment, before long you get to your 10th video and your 11th video. And you know what that means? Well, once you hit your 11th video, you're in the top 10th percentile of YouTubers. The generally accepted statistic is that 90% of YouTube channels never get to the 10th video. And so if you can push yourself to get to that 11th video, you're now in the 10th percentile of YouTubers. I know when you go on there, it just looks, oh, there's a sea of people. I'm just a nobody in a sea of people. No, you're just someone who's taken the first step into the 10th percentile. And that in itself is something to celebrate. Don't wait until you think it's perfect. The video won't be perfect, but the perfect time is next weekend for your video to go live. Well, it's a beautiful day. And if you followed me through this course, you've seen different weather patterns here. The days that I was indoors, that's when it was too cold, windy, raining, or whatever, so I couldn't go to the park. But I'm very glad to end this here in this autumn park. And what I want most of all to come from our time together here is that you feel encouraged, empowered, and given the information that you need to achieve a personal milestone of your own. We're all at different levels on the path, and it doesn't matter who's ahead of you or who's behind you. All that matters is that you're taking steps and you're on the path, you're on the adventure. And if you enjoyed this kind of insight that you're getting here, I invite you to stick with me because we got a year full of very cool stuff. And I'm looking forward to the challenges that I have for myself. You're saying, Bill, what kind of challenges are you talking about? Well, here's just one example. I'm going to give you a preview of one example. It's going to be the Development Over Time project. I'll come up with a better name for it, but it's a video over at least 6 months of building a patio, watching a gecko grow up, or in my case, maybe a weight loss fitness journey. But the challenge is that you start at one point, probably February 1st, and then you document your progress over the next at least 6 months. And at the end, you have a video showing the before and after and the progress. And that's just an example of one of the challenges that will be coming up. You can do the challenge yourself, or you can just watch me do it, because I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes all along the way. Thank you for joining me for this month. It was absolutely a rush. If you're interested in getting involved in this kind of stuff to a deeper level, I'm going to be starting an email list, and the details about how to sign up for that is down in the description, and you can get an even deeper insight into what's going on here. And so with that, I'm going to send you off to be awesome. Please put your handle for your YouTube channel down in the comments so I can check it out. This is Bill Strand signing off. See you next time.